Hello. Welcome on in. Hope you're having a fantastic day. It's Friday. Let's go. Hey. I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. I hope you're doing well. We made it, sailor. Do 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 do. I'm out of the box today. Decided to take a little breather outside of the box. I've been in the box for I've known of the box my whole life. My entire life I've been in box. Not really. It's been what, like a month? Huge moves. Yeah, it feels novel, doesn't it? Well, today we're going to be doing a new game, which was I've been in the box my whole life. I think I might. I wonder if that's actually the case. Interesting. We can put on some BGM, why not? Just for a little bit. Excuse me. Yeah, so today is Paranormasight, which, if you remember back in 2023, I played. And it was pretty suddenly given a sequel. It was only announced like, I think about 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. So we had a very short marketing cycle. And then it just kind of dropped. It is what it is. Yeah, that doesn't feel that long ago. I might have played it in early 2024. No, I'm pretty sure I played it in 2023. I might have played it in late 2023. Late 2023 to early 2024. Yeah, Squeenix has given us a gift. Lord knows they're not gonna. I was honestly quite surprised that ended up happening. I was pretty darn surprised. I'm gonna make this a little wider. That's better. I think we're gonna keep it up here. That's what I was doing last time. We could play a few word games before we get started, though. Let me pull up a few here. We'll do that one. We'll do that one. Oh gosh, I cleaned up all of my scenes recently. I don't have everything set up. Test? Uh-oh, are you having trouble? Are you using top chat? You have to select live chat. Damn. I don't know why that is. I have no clue. Let me see if I can try to pull this up. It might be doing some weird moderation stuff. No, it's not. It says none. Huh. Is like nothing showing up for you, or like, because I'm seeing it. Okay, yeah. Sorry about that. I'm looking at my moderation tools right now. I honestly have never looked at them before. Every third doesn't go in. Shoot. Let me check my Nightbot. I thought I turned it off entirely, but let me just check. Okay, I have all of my moderation there turned off too. Okay, I'm sorry about that. I'm not too sure what I can do about that. I think everything on my end is showing. We'll go ahead and get started then. Oh, I forgot I was gonna do working. I'm sorry. Do we still want to do that? I kind of got thrown off there. I'm sorry. Sorry, I'll just be one moment. Hi, sorry. Alright, we can go ahead and get started then. I've been having these weird thoughts lately. Is any of this for real or not? Okay, I see it's gonna be like this. It's one of these. I don't know why the text was a lot smaller in the last one. Hang on. Yeah, I'm. Do I have to go back to the box? I think I might be banished to the box. Unfortunately, it bugs me. It really bugs me when text is being covered. I used to do that all the time, and it bugs me now. Okay, hang on. Give me a moment here. Oh, I'm too short, I guess. Okay, let's just do this for today. There's too many games. I play too many games that have a lot of text. I need to do the thing. Okay. Also, we don't have... Do we not have audio? Oh, we do have audio. Okay. Voxel, hey, Alice, good to see you. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. My apologies for the wait. Welcome, welcome. How wonderful it is to see you again. I am the storyteller, your guide to the world of Paranormasight. Now then, I understand you might be keen to dive into our story. Hey, Arrow, good to see you. But there are some important matters I must address first, so please bear with me a while longer. I think you said this in the last one. First, this game uses autosave. The game will automatically save at regular intervals, so you may stop playing at any time. Next, please look at the upper right corner of the screen. This is the menu button. From here, you can check the text log, view files, and adjust your settings for auto mode. You can also adjust the volume and other game settings in the options menu. If you find that certain effects make the text difficult to read, you may turn them off. I recommend you check the brightness, controls, and other settings now before continuing. You know what? I might just do that. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Storyteller. I remember finding the chromatic aberration a little bit distracting before, so why don't we go ahead and just switch that right off. I think that's all in terms of display. It does have this kind of like fuzz, this kind of haze, the fuzz. Oh, you lost your phone? I'm sorry to hear that. That sucks. Okay, that looks good. I like that. Files updated. Okay, we get our files. Yes. Oh, there's nothing yet. That is okay, though. There will be plenty of text dump in here. Actually, files. Oh, I guess it's just showing you that you have it. Okay. Now let us go over the basic controls. When the game is in your control, you may move the right stick to look at your surroundings. I can't help but notice we're in the bottom of the ocean, or in some kind of tunnel or cave. You will once again be able to move after this, so try taking a look behind you before turning back to me. Whoa. Oh, that's scary. Whoa. Wonderful, well done. You may also select the face of an individual in front of you to talk to them. Please go ahead and try with me. Para-tunnel vision. Ah! Bravo, a fine display. There are times when you will be presented with options such as these. You may find it useful to use the directional buttons to select your desired option. What is this place? Do not fear, you will come to know where we are eventually. Oh god. What are we doing, man? Oh, I hit the wrong one. Oh, so you've forgotten who you are, have you? But there is no need for concern. It is for that reason that I am here to guide you, after all. You may be confused at first, but continuing through the story should allow you to remember your true objective. That is all for my explanation of the basic controls. I will explain other essential functions when the time is right. Ah yes, there is one more thing I wish to confirm before we continue. As you may know, I previously served as guide to a different tale in the world of Paranormasight, one concerning the 7 mysteries of Honjo. You wouldn't happen to be familiar with the events of that tale, would you? Interesting. Yes, I am. Is that so? So we have met before then. You looked quite different during our previous encounter, so I failed to recognize you at first. My apologies. I think I look exactly the same, though. In that case, there is nothing I need warn you about. Well, I believe I kept you waiting long enough. The tale you are about to experience concerns a number of legends passed down in Ise Bay, a stretch of sea bordering Mie Prefecture. Specifically those legends involving mermaids. Yes, as the subtitle suggests, our subject this time is the widely familiar Mermaid. Since ancient times, a great many legends about mermaids have been passed down in countries all around the world. In Japan, many of the legends famously include the idea that eating their flesh grants immortality. The tale of Yao Bikuni, which continues to be told in such places as Wakasa Province, modern-day Fukui Prefecture, is perhaps the most well-known. These legends have spurred those with a yearning for immortality to seek out mermaids since ancient times. Of course, as I just mentioned, those are only some of many legends concerning mermaids that exist around the globe. Indeed, many have sought out mermaids simply due to fascination with their status as rare and mystical beings. They have also served as the inspiration for countless creative and artistic works throughout the ages. It would seem that mermaids possess a mysterious charm that has captivated the human heart for myriad reasons, irrespective of era or culture. Do mermaids have lungs or gills or both? My sense is both. They can breathe on, they use the lungs to breathe on air, and then they use the gills to breathe in water. That's generally acceptable, right? Oh hey, we even get like a little crash course on the prefecture we're in. Miyagi Prefecture is located in the eastern part of the Ki Peninsula in central Honshu, the Japanese mainland, and falls within both the Chubu and Kinki regions. Measuring 170 kilometers from north to south and 80 from east to west, it has a narrow, elongated shape and is known for its rich natural diversity that differs greatly between its northern and southern regions. Like frogs, maybe, although I think they're often portrayed with gills, right? When you learn the true nature of mermaids, you will be ashamed of your words and deeds. Famous spots and scenic vistas in Mie Prefecture: Ise Shrine, Ise-ji route of the Kumano Kodo, a series of ancient pilgrimage routes. Birthplace of the Iga Ninja Clan, birthplace of the Isehei Clan, Suzuka International Racing Course, Toba Aquarium, Iseshima National Park, and many more. Local specialties: pearls, Ise lobsters, abalone, turban shells, oysters, and other marine products, Ise udon, Matsusaka beef, and many more. And I think this is more specifically where we are. Also known as by the name Sea of Ise, Ise Bay is an enclosed bay located in central Honshu. Although its exact range varies in this game, it refers to the area of sea surrounded by land up to the line drawn from Cape Irago in Aichi Prefecture to Cape Daio in Mie Prefecture. Paranormasight. Is it that kind of racing course, or is it like... I thought it was like a car racing course. That was my first thought. Ah, yes, the files just now added. The files added just now should provide a general overview of the terms that came up in our conversation. It seems you have already taken a look, but I do recommend reading them if you have the chance. They may allow you to enjoy the story even more. Words highlighted in pale blue usually indicate there is a related entry in your files. Let me just normalize the volume a bit. Now then, allow me to introduce the primary setting of the tale. The majority of our story takes place on Kamishima, an isolated island in the waters of Ise Bay. I remember this from the first game. Kamishima, an island situated between the Atsumi and Shima peninsulas, and the most distant of the 4 populated islands under the administration of Toba City in Mie Prefecture, has an area of approximately 0.7 square kilometers and a population of about 900. The island's name comes from the turtle-like shape, with kame meaning turtle in Japanese. Famous for its karst landscapes and other beautiful scenery, Kamishima is a popular location for tourists year-round. Recently, the island's youth organization has been leading a revitalization effort to boost the local economy and strengthen the community, creating an island logo and a mascot character, Kamishimaru, which are expected to bring more people to the area. Did my mic filters turn off? I don't think so. Let me check, though. Oh my god, it's just one thing after the other today. No, they're on. Do I sound weird? No, they're on. They're definitely on. Am I very crisp? It might be because I'm really close. I sometimes get lazy about that, but you're supposed to be really close to the mic to do the... Oh my gosh, I was trying to do the radio voice, but I ended up voice cracking. I do have like a little tickle in my throat. I'm not too sure why. You will experience events through the eyes of a young resident of the island, one Yuza Minakuchi. If nothing else, please remember that. Well, I believe that ends my initial explanation. Bon voyage, and do enjoy the tale. Once again, we're the everyman guy. We're the every dude guy. The story is a work of fiction based on existing locations and legends. Please note that one of the locations that appears in the game, Kamishima, is a fictional island. Okay. Thanks, my man. Oh my god, the loading screen? That's cute. It's a little turtle. Did you come to me or did I go to you? I cannot recall whether it was a dream or reality. I cannot recall if I was asleep or awake. The Tales of Issei Passage 69, Kari no Tsukai. Is any of this for real? Or what? August 7th, 1980X. It's the 80s. Welcome to the 80s. Right, this should do it. All good to go, Yuza? Yep, ready as ready can be. I feel so light I bet I could even outswim a shark. No, more than that. I was born for this moment. The legend of Kameshima's patron saint of diving begins today. There's our protagonist. We'll look at the profiles later. Whoa, that sounds pretty impressive, but this is your first time diving out in the bay, so don't push yourself too hard, alright? Yeah, I know it's my first time, but somehow I'm brimming with confidence. I just know I can land a massive haul if I try. Well, I'm glad to see you're raring to go, but make sure you don't go too far from the boat at first. And here's best friend, Azami Kumoi. No need to worry, Azami. You just focus on getting the grill ready. We're having a feast tonight. I'll hold you to that. The diving minigame will now... Minigames? Okay. Nice. Follow the instructions to get used to the controls or press dive when you're ready. Okay. What? Only two controls are needed. Stick and confirm. Okay. Gimme. Oh my god, I'm getting the seashells. My oxygen gauge. Oh. Oh. I thought it would move me. Okay. I guess we die. Okay, I guess that's it, folks. All right. Well, thank you for enjoying this playthrough. I guess it's over now. Give me that starship. Starship? Starfish? I guess I don't want those. I guess those aren't tasty. Did I do it? Did I fail? Dude! Okay. I did not expect to be doing this much gaming. You can't criticize me. I didn't think I would be gaming today. It's fine though. Bring me in. Oh, oh, okay. Gathering complete. I got 3. Wow. Hey, it was enough to rank up though. Gaming. Select the skill to increase. I guess we should improve diving first. No, thank you. I don't need to do that again. Okay, looks like you're all warmed up. Let's go a bit further so you can look for something bigger. The biggest catch you can get at this time of year is probably abalone. Snagging just one is something to be proud of. But remember that sea creatures are living things. They'll change places every time you dive, so be careful. It's not like you have to master everything all at once. We can take off whenever you're ready. Let's do it again. Where are we headed now? Let me in. There we go. Abalonian. Wait, is that? Am I pronouncing it right? What's over here? Oh wait, this is scary. Huh? What? What the hell is that? No, get away from me! Ah! Gulp! Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah. Damn, we're so back. Okay. Dive failed? What? No, wait. Wait, what? Game, what? Are you messing with me? Okay, everything's great. Everything's good. Everything's fine. Everything's amazing. Don't worry about it. Everything's fine. Let's do that. Okay, you can just keep diving. Hey. Hello. It's fine. It's literally fine. Yummy. Oh. Okay, we're good. That was my best one yet. Okay, we can stop for now, I think. Right, let's leave it at that for today. Good work out there, Yuza. Probably not doing anything? Okay, this is weird. I'm pressing A and nothing's happening. What? Are you messing with me right now? Hello? Give me a moment. Let me try undocking it for a sec. Okay, well, this is really unfortunate. Oh, okay, I guess it just fixed itself somehow. I don't really know what I did, but I'm just gonna keep going. Okay. So, do you feel any different now? Did your body undergo any weird changes? It's still not working. I don't know what it did. Is it like loading or something? Oh, dude, this is really unfortunate. This is the first 5 minutes of the game. I have no idea what I did. It just started working. Maybe auto will do it? Okay, I guess auto works. Nope, I feel exactly the same. Nothing's changed. I'm the same old user I've always been. I guess we were a bit off the mark, huh? What do you want to do now? Should we call it a day? Talk about the hole. It's still not working. You are absolutely messing with me right now. I can't do anything about it. I can't auto through this. I genuinely am completely gobsmacked right now. I can't do anything about it. I'll try undocking again. Nope. I mean, I will try restarting, but if it happens again, I think I might be out, unfortunately. That's not playable. This game is not playable. How did this happen? They must have shipped this way too soon. That's unfortunate. Oh, it's... Okay, well that worked. Azami. Okay, we fixed it. I guess saving and quitting does fix it. That's still very unfortunate to be happening, but we'll just hopefully we fixed it. Yeah. Before we head back, can we talk for a bit? Sure, what's up? This is Azami Kumoi, my best friend. I've known him since we were both kids growing up on Kamishima. When I told him I wanted to become an ama diver, he was quick to offer his full support. Think fishing boat. This fishing boat, the Sayun Maru, belongs to Azami's family. I don't have a boat of my own, so Azami was kind enough to bring it out for me. It used to belong to his dad, but so it's getting on in years, but he takes good care of it. It seems he's hoping to use it for years to come. I'm still struggling to process what just happened. I've got to tell Azami. Same thing. Ocean. Kamishima is located in the waters near the entrance to Ise Bay. As such, there are strict regulations on both the times and places ama diving is allowed. What else have we got here? Oh, there's the island. That island on the horizon is Kamishima, where I was born and raised. Okay, there's nothing else for me to interact with, think. I'm still struggling to process. Okay, same thing. Oh, goodness gracious. I hope this isn't also a soft lock. Oh, no. There's a sticker though. Oh, okay, that's what triggered it. Oh ho, good eye, user. You must have a knack for finding mockingbirds. Mockingbirds? This is supposed to be a bird? Yep, they're these famous bird stickers. No one knows who made them, but they show up everywhere. They're pretty unique, and there's just something about the idea of birds dressed up as delinquents, you know? It's weirdly charming. I was real surprised to find one on my boat, but I decided to leave it be, to commemorate the occasion, I guess. By the way, that's Mockingbird number 8, tit for tat. He's a long-tailed tit. Why don't you take note of any you find? Maybe they'll bring you good luck. I guess there's more to these mockingbirds than I thought. Okay, that is the last one, so... I'm still getting the same thing, though, so... No, I don't think we fixed this. Unless there's something I'm missing. That shouldn't be the issue, but we can take a look. Okay, no new files. Nope, same thing. Dude, what happened? How did this ship? That's the same. I mean, there's only so much more wandering around like a dummy I'm gonna be able to do here, folks. I strongly apologize that this game is literally unplayable. I'll try doing the save quit thing. There it is. Okay, so do we have to keep saving and quitting? Is that where we're at? That's still pretty unacceptable, but at least it works. So when I was diving just now, a giant hole in the seabed you'd never heard of before? Yeah, the rocks around it looked like they'd only recently collapsed. So I think it probably opened up within the last few months or so. Ah, now that you mention it, there was a pretty big earthquake around here about 3 months ago. Maybe that has something to do with it. I mean, there's streaming a game right on release, and then there's also shipping a game in this state. If it's broken in the first 5 minutes, like, there's only like 2 sets of hardware you have to support, right? Like, I'm not saying that game development is easy, but this is Square Enix. They have infinity money. They could have had this ready to go. Oh, that's right. That would have been before I got back. Anyway, if you saw a giant hole in the seabed, you'd be curious about it, right? I sure would. Curious enough to try to take a look inside? It'd be pretty dangerous, but I guess I might, yeah. Right? So I went closer to try and get a better look. Did you see anything? Well, when I looked down into the hole, a ghost or something that looked just like me suddenly rose up from the depths. Okay, yeah, no, I just, you know, it's just really frustrating. I was really looking forward to this, and it's broken. They can patch it. Hopefully they'll patch it. Because apparently other people are having problems too. It's not just me. A ghost that looked like you? It swam towards me with its hand outstretched. It looked like it was trying to hand something to me. Or maybe it was trying to tell me something. Man. What did you do then? Did you take its hand? I did. I felt like I couldn't resist somehow. I guess even the patron saint of diamond does foolish things sometimes. The only thing I was a patron of was carelessness and a lack of proper vigilance. It sounds like there wasn't much you could do about it, though. Hey, Yuza. That thing you ran into, do you think it could have been a Tomokazuki? 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 Huh? You've never heard of it? Well, I guess not even all the folks around here know about it either. It does sound familiar, though. The Tomokazuki is a sort of ghost story around these parts. The story goes that sometimes when diving, an Alma diver will come across another version of themselves, exact copy. That other version of them will be holding out something they want, like an abalone. Something they want. And when the diver reaches for it, the Tomokazuki grabs them and drags them to the bottom of the sea. Whoa, that's scary. But wait, the Tomokazuki I saw wasn't holding anything. It wasn't? Well, that's different. Maybe it forgot it at home or something. At home, huh? The abalone? Yeah, the abalone. Maybe it left it at home. Huh. Maybe the Tomokazuki is more careless than the legends let on. You're pretty forgetful though, so maybe it became such a perfect copy that it imitated that aspect of you as well. Oh, that damn Tomokazuki. It knows my every weakness. Now that you mention it though, I think I do remember that story from when I was younger. I guess the fact that I forgot the story really proves how forgetful I am, huh? No worries. It was a while ago, you know? Okay, I think I have everything here. What happened afterwards? So did anything happen after you took its hand? I don't really remember. When I came to, I was back outside the hole. I thought maybe I'd blacked out due to a lack of oxygen, and it had been some sort of hallucination. I see. Yeah, I guess that's possible. But if that's the case, that means I stopped you just to talk about some hallucination I saw, and that would be super embarrassing. Some people do say that Tomokazuki legends might have come about because of divers seeing things when they ran out of air. But hey, it's no big deal even if it was a hallucination. The most important thing is that you're safe. Still, I can't help but wonder about a hole suddenly appearing like that. Yeah, it's pretty weird. By the way, you know those symbols on your diving gear? Symbols. Yep, Seiman and Doman. The Ama divers around here all have them somewhere on their outfits. Oh, this was my mom's gear, so I didn't know. People say those symbols work as a charm to protect divers from the Tomokazuki. Interesting. But if I ran into a Tomokazuki just now, wouldn't that mean the charm didn't work? Maybe, but it could be thanks to the charm that you made it back safely. The sea's a dangerous place even without the Tomokazuki around. Things could have been even worse without the charm to protect you. I see, so without this charm I really could have been attacked by a shark. Glad I had it then. Seriously, a shark would have been no laughing matter. Sharks are pretty scary. Nice. Okay. You don't want to mess with the sea in general. Hey Azami, about the Tomokazuki just now. Yeah? Do you think it has anything to do with what we're looking into? Wait, recollection? Unlocked past recollection chapter. Oh, okay. What's up, man? My apologies for the interruption. I'd like to take this chance to inform you about a unique ability of yours, the recollection feature. But to make things clear, I must first tell you about the story chart. From here on, we will return to this screen, the story chart that breaks in the story. You see, the story you will witness will not necessarily unfold in chronological order. This screen will allow you to see where each chapter lies in the grand scheme of things, as well as select where you wish to proceed. If the icon for a chapter is not dim, that indicates it has not been fully completed. Generally speaking, completing a chapter will unlock the chapter immediately after. However, there will occasionally be times when a recollection button will appear during the story, as you experienced just now. Pressing this button will allow you to delve into a memory evoked by certain words in the text, which will in turn unlock a new chapter, a past recollection chapter for you to experience. A most remarkable ability, is it not? Once you have unlocked such a chapter, it will become available in the story chart for you to play or use as you wish. The ability will be key in unraveling the tale before you, so do be sure to press the recollection button when you see it come up. Please enjoy, da da da, ba 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 ba. Please enjoy. If so, could your mom have become an Amadimer because she wanted to find out the Tomokazuki? Huh, but she wouldn't have worn something with this charm on it if that were true, right? Good point. Is that all you wanted to talk about? There's more. No, there's more. Actually, this might be the most important part. I realized there's something I need to do after this. Something really important. Hey, so you found a lead down there after all? I'm serious. If I don't pull this off, something terrible is gonna happen. Hey, I believe you. Go on, tell me everything. Okay. Something I want to do. Tomokazuki. Underwater gathering. Memories of the last summer. Okay. Something I want to do. Okay, that's the one that was mentioned. Let's do this. So we're going back a little bit now. I see. If you say you want to be an Amadiver, then of course you got my full support. But something tells me you're not just doing this for Suyu. People are bound to talk if you become an Amadiver here. You must have some other reason, one big enough to risk everyone running their mouths. I knew I couldn't hide anything from you, Azami. Wouldn't even take me 0.2 seconds to see through one of your lies. So what's up? Tell me everything. Okay, where are we? What is this? Surroundings. These are the ruins of an old wartime building, the Kantekisho. The building's been abandoned, so hardly anyone ever comes here, which makes it the perfect place for private meetings. Let's check the files again. Kantekisho ruins. The remains of this wartime structure are located atop a hill in eastern Kamishima. It was constructed to observe the impact points of shells fired from a test firing range operated by the former Army Ministry, at Cape Urago on the opposite shore. Similar observation facilities were also built on Sugashima Island and in Ichika, a town on the Shima Peninsula. Okay, it's abandoned now. Even though he's got a lot on his plate, Azami agreed to meet up the moment I said something. He's been looking out for me ever since I came back. I couldn't ask for a better friend. Talk. What I'm gonna say is about to sound pretty crazy. You still want to hear it? Sure, bring it on. Thanks, I'll come out right out and say it then. I'm looking for a mermaid, and I need to find one by tomorrow. Oh, a mermaid, huh? And by tomorrow at that, that's gonna be tough. I'm being serious. In fact, I've never been more serious. I really do have to find a mermaid by tomorrow. I can tell you're not joking by the look on your face. You have some sort of reason for saying this, right? Go on, I'm listening. Thanks, Azami. Mermaid search reason. Is it okay if I talk a little about the disaster 5 years ago? Ah, the disaster, huh? If you're okay with it, sure. I was in middle school at the time, and my parents had taken me out into the bay on a little fishing boat. This massive storm came out of nowhere and sank all 3 fishing boats that got caught up in it. I was the only one who survived. Yeah, it was really terrible. Oh, okay. That's a file. Southern Sea disaster. Oh my gosh. 3 fishing vessels that had set out to sea from Kamishima were suddenly caught in an unanticipated storm and foundered, leaving all but one of the 11 fishermen and Amadimers on board missing. When the ships were later dredged up and searched, not a single body was discovered. The sole survivor... Why am I having so much trouble reading today? The sole survivor was Yuza Minakuchi, who was a middle school student at the time. His parents, Tosuke Minakuchi and Mare Minakuchi, as well as Azami Kurei's father, Kyokichi Kumoi, were among the victims. Locals in the area reportedly heard an eerie rumbling from the sea on the morning of the incident. Sole survivor. When the boat the Minakuchi family was on was about to sink, Mare and Tosuke Minakuchi put a life buoy on their son Yuza and helped him escape the boat before the waves engulfed it. Despite the slim chances of survival in such a dire situation, Yuza was miraculously found drifting into the sea next day, still wearing the life buoy, and was successfully rescued. Although he had no external injuries, the shock of the accident had left him in a state of confusion, and he has little memory of what happened at that time. After the accident plunged Kamishima into a state of deep sorrow. Fishermen and ama divers temporarily stopped fishing to mourn, and a memorial was erected to honor the lost. Perhaps due to his memory loss, the sole survivor, Yuza, appeared relatively composed in contrast to the grief of those around him. Many found this unnerving, and Yuza became increasingly isolated from the rest of the community. Azami Kumoi, himself having lost his father in the accident, tried to support him however he could, reasoning that he was still better off than Yuza, who had lost both of his parents before his very eyes. As investigations continued, questions arose about what the Minakuchi family had been doing in the vicinity of the disaster, despite not having gone out to fish. Yuza only remembered his parents telling him to come with them, and the purpose of their excursion remains unclear to this day. It was not long before speculation began that Mare Minakuchi had done something to incur the wrath of the god of the sea, and the islanders, already suspicious of her due to her mysterious background, were quick to condemn her, citing the sudden localized nature of the storm. In contrast, only words of sympathy were spoken for her husband, Tosuke. Why am I not surprised? As rumors that Mare had brought disaster to Kamishima continued to spread, Yuza's grandmother, Tsuyu Minakuchi, sent him away for the island to board at a high school on the mainland. She had sensed the islanders' resentment beginning to turn towards Yuza, and hoped to shield him from becoming an even greater target. Even now, 5 years after the accident, feelings of animosity towards Mare remain deeply ingrained in the people of Kamishima. With the truth of the accident still shrouded in mystery, deep scars and suspicions continue to linger in the hearts of many of the islanders. Oof. That sucks. So what about the disaster did you want to talk about? Well, I've recently started to remember some things about what happened. For real? I know your memories of the disaster were kind of hazy due to the shock. But it's great that you're starting to remember. Oh, but I guess it's not exactly something you'd want to remember, huh? Sorry for getting all fired up. It's okay. It actually hasn't bothered me as much as I thought it would. Thanks for worrying about me, though. It's just that the things I've remembered are a bit strange, so I couldn't bring myself to say anything. Sorry for keeping quiet up to now. Strange, huh? Well, I can see why you'd want to keep it to yourself, all things considered. Don't sweat it. So, about the accident. When we ran into the storm, our boat got caught in a whirlpool and started to sink. My parents gave me a life buoy and lowered me into the water. They were frantic, and I was too stunned to do anything but go along with what was happening. I can imagine, that must have been really scary. The waves were knocking me around, so it took everything I had just to hold on to the buoy. In the end, I just watched as the boat was swallowed by the water. I couldn't do anything else. There wasn't anything you could have done. It wasn't your fault, Yuza. But right after that, this huge wave came crashing down on me, and I got dragged down into the depths of the sea, life buoy and all. Huh? You got pulled under? But I thought... Yeah, true. Yeah, up until now I thought I managed to miraculously stay afloat until I got rescued. But I remember now, I was pulled down underneath the waves. Huh? I remember being caught in a current and tossed all about underwater. I couldn't breathe. I was so sure I was going to die there. But then someone grabbed my hand. Wait, are you saying what I think you're saying? I was barely conscious by that point, so it's not like I saw them clearly or anything. But I'm certain someone was there with me, someone who grabbed hold of me and pulled me to safety. And for what I remember... You're saying they were a mermaid? Exactly. So you were saved by a mermaid? I mean, shoot, if that happened to me, I would 100% believe mermaids are real too. I'm sure of it, and it looked exactly what first comes to mind when you hear the word mermaid. A real mermaid, huh? But it was a really extreme situation, so it's entirely possible I was just seeing things. Also, if mermaids were real, yeah, they probably would avoid humans unless absolutely necessary, to be honest. Which would mean I called you out here just to talk to you about some hallucination I had. And if that's the case... I'm gonna be super embarrassed. I mean, you're standing here talking to me now, right? So you must have gotten out of that situation somehow. And I can't imagine any normal person being able to stay afloat in a storm like that, let alone managing to save someone. Same, you'd have to be some sort of superhuman or something. Or not human at all. Man, who would have guessed there were mermaids here in Issei? If I really was saved by a mermaid, I owe them my life. I'd like to thank them in person if possible. Makes sense. So that's why you're looking for them, huh? Well, if we manage to find them, I've got to thank them for saving you too. So I was thinking of heading to where the disaster happened and diving there to see if I can find anything. Wait. Are you sure? You almost died there. I'll be fine. In fact, since I've never gone near there since the disaster happened, I was also thinking, I'd like to do something to honor my parents and your dad's memory. Yeah, I'd like to at least offer flowers, if nothing else. The others here have always kept their distance, but it's not like going there is forbidden or anything. Let's do it. Thanks, Azami. I owe you one. Think. I should be able to tell Azami everything, right? Okay, we've had that. Mermaid search leads. But there's no guarantee the mermaid will still be around there, right? Okay, I feel reasonably confident there's not going to be any more glitches. I think it's okay. I apologize for crashing out a little bit there. I was like, there's no freaking way they shipped this. In fact, I'm still like, there's no freaking way they shipped this. Crazy stuff. Just crazy work. Maybe they'll patch it. Who knows? But at least there is a workaround, even though they really shouldn't be that way. Yeah, it's kind of a valid crash out, arguably, but yeah, still. Yeah, I'm thinking it'd be good to have more of a lead before we head out there. About that, do you mind if I say something crazy? Again? Sure, what's up? You remember my mom, right? Of course I remember Mrs. Mare. Well, she wasn't originally from Kamishima, but she met my dad when she moved here and ended up marrying him. But even to me, she never really seemed to fit in here. Well, I can't really disagree there. She never spoke to me much either. She's a mermaid! Some people even outright told me not to talk to her, you know? Says she was suspicious because we didn't know anything about her. Stuff like that. This is so typical of how, like, small towns can get whipped up into a frenzy about things. Like, this is very typical stuff of, like, you know, there's like a, you know, something happens and then like a lot of people get like very like superstitious about it, and all of a sudden you've completely ostracized a child who just became an orphan. Yeah, it happens. Many such cases. I guess that's understandable. She didn't really involve herself in community activities and almost never participated in local events. It felt like she was always keeping her distance from the other islanders, somehow. 20 years here, she was still considered an outsider. Yeah, I never knew how to bring it up to you, but I always kind of wondered. Was there some sort of reason for that? Not as far as I know. Dad and Gran never seemed to mind, so I figured that's just how she was. But looking back at things now, it was pretty weird. Bro, she's a mermaid. I'm calling it right now. She's a mermaid. Okay, so this is probably all the information we're going to get about her. More than 20 years ago, Mare Somekawa arrived on Kamishima with no possessions to her name, expressing that she had taken a liking to the local environment and wanted to move there. However, she remained tight-lipped about her background, only revealing that she was from a small town in the mountains, and that she had to leave her home for undisclosed reasons. And although her request to move to Kamishima was accepted, many islanders remained suspicious of her. After settling on the island, she showed an interest in the Ama lifestyle and eventually took it up after displaying a talent for freediving, with Tsuyo Minakuchi acting as her instructor. During this time, she grew close to Tosuke Minakuchi, Tsuyu's only son, and eventually married him a few years later. The two would go on to have a son of their own, who they named Yuza. Despite this, Mare was unable to fully shake the air of mystery that surrounded her, and many islanders continued to question her whether her presence on the island might cause trouble down the line. Something of a free spirit, her nonconformist ways and somewhat naive personality meant that she was often absent from local activities, leading to further criticism from a portion of the population. Some also reported frequently spotting her wandering the island after she first moved there, seemingly looking for something, or catching sight of her doing something on the shore in the middle of the night. Fortunately, her mother-in-law, Suyu Minakuchi, was a person of no small influence on Kamishima, and no one dared to openly persecute Mare under Suyu's watchful eye. The three generations lived peacefully under the same roof for more than 10 years until the Kamishima Southern Sea disaster tore them apart. Since her disappearance in the disaster 5 years prior, a growing number of people have accused her of somehow being responsible, citing her various instances of suspicious behavior as justification. God forbid women do anything, right? Like I'm saying, you know? She's just having a little wander. Can't just go for a walk on this island? Damn. Well, I guess even I thought she was a bit of an oddball at times. You say that, but I think you're getting to be pretty similar to her. What, really? Yep, what's that saying? Marching to the beat of your own drum? You're both like that. Really? I never realized. I've been so blind. A blind fool. Yep, there it is. That's what I'm talking about. But why'd you bring up your mom all of a sudden? Well, looking back now, there were a few things that always bothered me. Oh? For a start, no one ever told me where my mom was from. She was also a natural at ama diving, but I never saw her eat any seafood. And sometimes at night, she'd suddenly say she wanted to go look at the sea before going out and not coming back for hours. Huh, I guess that is all pretty weird, yeah. Bro, she's a mermaid. That's not all. When I was sorting through my mom's belongings, I found this. We usually keep it in the family altar, but I brought it along today to show you. What is that, a fish scale? It's huge. It's gotta be at least 7 or 8 centimeters long. I always figured she just held onto it because it was a rare find. But once I remembered the mermaid, I began to wonder. What fish could this scale have come from? And why was my mom holding on to it? Bro, she's a mermaid, which means you're also a mermaid. Whoa, hold it right there. You're not saying... I am. The mermaid who rescued me was... my mom. The zoom in. What do you think? I don't know. It's pretty out there. Could that be even possible? So, your theory is your mom used to be a mermaid, but she became a human so she could live among us? Yeah, but she turned back into a mermaid when the disaster happened and wasn't able to come back afterwards. How does that sound? Oh gosh, wait, that might be bad actually, you're right. I don't know. But after hearing your story, I can't just dismiss it out of hand either. If that's really the case... my mom really is still out there in the sea somewhere, even in a different form. I was thinking it'd be nice if I could see her again. It might be because they're still treated as missing instead of dead, but... it still hasn't really sunk in that my parents are gone. I know what you mean. Sometimes it feels like my pops is just going to show up at home again like nothing ever happened. Though even if your mom's alive, I guess it'd be hard for her to show up if she's back in her mermaid form now. If my mom really does have some sort of connection to mermaids, then maybe that was the reason she never really fit in here. It might help clear up any mistaken impressions the others have of her anyway. I see. So you think that by trying out ama diving, like your mom did, you might be able to find something out? And maybe if you're lucky, you'll run into a mermaid in the process. Yeah. And if I really am descended from mermaids somehow, it's possible that diving might awaken something in me. Oh, right, I hadn't thought of that. I guess if your legs suddenly become fins, we'll know for sure you're a second-generation mermaid. Okay, I think I've gotten the gist of what you want to do now. Thanks for understanding, Azami. I haven't been happy with how people have been treating you ever since the disaster either, and what they say about your mom. If there's anything I can do to clear the air, I want to help. Thanks, I appreciate it. Though I don't know how people will react if you suddenly start talking about mermaids. It might be best to keep quiet about that part for now and just say you're looking into your mom. What do you think? Yeah, I think that would be best. Okay, now that we got that settled, how about we head out tomorrow morning? That sounds good to you? Yep, I've been doing some trading in secret, so I'm all set. Okay, alright. What to do next? Still, having to find a mermaid by tomorrow is pretty sudden. What's up with the tight deadline? Well, sorry, I can't say right now. If we manage to find one, I'll explain everything, I promise. Well, as long as you tell me later, it's all good. Oh, here's an idea. If you're in that much of a rush, how about we talk to Tsukasa and Sato? Maybe they'll be able to help out. I wonder, it would be nice to have more help. But would they even believe me? The whole thing is pretty crazy after all. Besides, Tsukasa's going back to the mainland soon. I'd hate to bother her now. True. Still, knowing Tsukasa, she might be surprisingly on board with the whole thing. See, I knew he'd be here. Oh, it's them. Whoa, speak of the devil. Yeah, when did you two get here? Oh, talking about something you didn't want us to hear, were you? Boys will be boys, I guess. Childhood friend, Tsukasa Awao. Alright, what's your deal? A girl born and raised on Kamishima. She has a bright, friendly nature and an inquisitive personality. Currently in her second year of high school, she boasts excellent grades and a sharp intuition. She's been staying at a relative house in Ise City since last year in order to attend an all-girls high school on the mainland, and is currently back on Kamishima for summer break. Despite this, she frequently makes trips back to the island on weekends, and has been trying her hand at underwater gathering since the current diving season began, having long been interested in the Ama lifestyle. Her estimated diver rank is 6. However, her teachers have been strongly encouraging her to aim for a national university. She's been friends with Azumi Kumi and Yuza Minakuchi since childhood, with their close rapport making up for their difference in academic years. And it was more common to find her playing with the two boys than with girls her own age up until middle school. However, since leaving the island to attend high school, she has grown more conscious of their age difference and has put some distance between herself and them. She hit it off immediately with Sato Shiranami, a girl who came to Kamishima to lodge with the Wakamuras a few months ago, and was looking forward to showing her around the island and helping her adapt to life there when she returns home. Oh my gosh, she's literally got that face. 18 years ago, her still pregnant mother, Nagisa Awao, moved to Kamishima before giving birth to Tsukasa shortly afterwards. Tsukasa subsequently grew up in a single mother household. Although she used to occasionally ask her mother about her father, her questions were always evaded, so she has since stopped inquiring. However, the fact that her mother never seems to have any financial difficulty despite not working has led her to quietly suspect he might still be involved in some way. Interesting. Hey, you've got us all wrong. I'm not talking about anything like that. You gotta hear me out, Tsukasa. I was powerless to resist. I refused at first, but Azami insisted and... Oh, tell me more. You might as well admit it, Yuza. And Sato, what's with the sudden keen interest? Enigmatic girl. Love it when a girl is enigmatic. A mysterious girl currently lodging with Shinobu Wakamura, a local Kamishima magnate. Roughly 3 months ago, Sato arrived on the Kamishima claiming that she was the child of a relative of the Wakamuras. She showed no interest of attending school or doing any sort of work, and instead spending her days holed up in the Wakamura household, leading many islanders to wonder who she is and what she's doing there. Those who know about Wakamura's high-interest money lending behind the scenes speculate that she might be the daughter of one of his borrowers, sent to work as a domestic servant to pay off a debt. But Sato herself is extremely easygoing and doesn't seem to be bothered by the endless rumors. A huge television fan, she spends much of her spare time glued to the set in the Wakamura household, with her most recent obsessions being soap operas and 2-hour thrillers. However, she isn't all that fond of period dramas. She is good friends with Tsukasa Awao, who is close to her in age, and the two can often be seen enjoying themselves, wandering the island together. They are good friends. Folks, keep it in mind, they're good friends. History is currently saying they are good friends. I will be right back, though. Give me just a moment. Hey. Let's all calm down, okay? It's not like that. We were having a perfectly normal conversation. Yeah, sure. Anyway. Hey, don't just brush me off. You're getting pretty worked up, Azami. Oh, I just had like a redeem thing? What was that? I had a redeem, but nothing came up. Yeah. I think that comes from Streamlabs. Let me see. Do. Oh, that was a subscriber. Thank you for the sub. Thank you very much. Wahoo! Thank you. Don't act all innocent. You're the one who caused this mess, you know? Sorry to interrupt your fun, but I really did have something to say. Folks are worried you haven't showed up to the association meeting, Azami. You should probably get going. Oh damn, the meeting, it totally slipped my mind. Sorry, Yuza, I gotta go for now, but I'll get in touch later. No problem, thanks for coming even though you're so busy. I guess we'll be on our way too then. Sorry, but we got some important business of our own to handle. We won't be able to help out with whatever you're up to. So you did hear what we were talking about? Only the part where my name came up. I didn't want to be noisy though. I see, well thanks for coming all the way out here to get Azami. I don't know what you guys are up to, but you piqued my interest. Be sure to tell me all about it later, okay? Anyway, see you later. Come on, Sato. Roger. Oh, one more thing. You better not forget about the day after tomorrow. Tell Azami he'd better remember too. Sure, I'll tell him later. Interesting. Okay. Underwater gathering. Okay, we did that. Okay, now we're gonna actually jump ahead to. So this is the first one we saw. We saw that one. It was a little bit before. Now we're gonna be jumping ahead. The promised day is arriving. We're going diving. Hey, Azami, Yuza over here. Good timing. I just got back too. Well, Tsukasa, how'd it go? Yeah, not too shabby if I do say so myself. Check this out. 2 whole scallops! Seriously, Tsukasa, you don't get bragging rights for picking up 2 measly scallops. Sure I do. That was hard work. You should be praising me. Say, Yuza, how many scallops did you get on your first dive again? 8, I think? Huh, not bad at all. You must have a talent for this, Yuza. I wouldn't go that far. I bet Azami just picked a good spot. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, she had that hairstyle everyone had in the 80s. Hey, you're the one who snagged them. Don't sell yourself short, man. Listen to you two buttering each other up. It's obvious from a mile off that you two make a great team. If you ask me, all that matters is that everyone made it back safe and sound. True, you always know the best thing to say, Sato. But for the record, I would have preferred a bigger haul of scallops. Then we could have had a feast. Guess I should have seen that coming. So what's the plan for today? Remember, Tsukasa, it's up to you. Right, we promised we'd do whatever you wanted today. You name it, we'll make it happen. Heh, now that's more like it. Let's see. First of all, I want us all to go for a swim in the sea. Oh, sounds great. Can't remember the last time we did something like that just for fun. Right? I want us to forget work and just enjoy the sparkling sea for a change. I even bought a new swimsuit for this. You got one picked out too, right, Sato? Sure do. Then after that, when it gets dark, let's set off some fireworks. An oyster opener? I think that's what that is, yeah. Ooh, fireworks. And then, let's have a barbecue on the beach and cook up everything we caught today. Sounds like a plan, just leave it to us. Everyone ready? Then let's do this. Gosh, the scenery in this game is very nice. Ah, there's a shark and it's coming this way. Better watch out, Azami. That was a close one, Azami. What the heck? I'm a good swimmer, but there's no way I'm good enough to outswim a shark. Hey, Greg. Yeah, this is something terrible is about to happen. I'm scared. It's okay. I'll keep it pinned down. Just get out of here while you can. And here, take this fin as something to remember me by. Keep it with you always. Sorry, Yuza. I don't really dig shark fins that much. Irk, my heart. Look at the sea. It's like there are diamonds floating on the surface. It really sparkles, huh? Sure is pretty. Aw, that shark's pretty cool. I should have picked a shark instead of a life buoy. But he's having such a blast, I can't bring myself to ask for a ride on it. Oh, pretty. One grilled squid coming right up. That's just the rest of the game. Everyone's just chilling and hanging out, having a great time. Ah, don't throw it. It's piping hot. You're getting squid juice everywhere. Let's see how you like it. Catch the... Ow, ow, ow. That's hot. You did that to yourself. Hey, check out this huge sea snail Tsukasa caught. It's massive. That's right. I may still be a rookie when it comes to scallops, but I got a haul of sea snails to make up for it. So eat up, Azami. Have as many as you want. Hey, can I borrow that lighter? Sure. Want some squid too? Oh, so I can just grill it directly? Yeah, that's Kamashima's specialty, fireworks style squid. Wait, you're actually doing it? Ah, the juice is going everywhere, it burns! Whoops, sorry, my hand slipped. There it is, the famous Yuza one-man show. Oh no, you can't keep showing me this. What's gonna tear us apart? What horrible thing is gonna happen that changes the trajectory of our relationships and our lives? I mean, there already was one of that in these guys' past, so... Who's dying first? Oh god. I feel like Yuza is gonna do something really silly. I feel like he's gonna overdo it on the diving. Do I have to keep going with this? Resume? Okay, it's doing the broken thing. Maybe we have to do this again? Start from after underwater gathering. Right, let's leave it at that for today. Good at work out there, Yuza. You managed to get a fair bit of diving in, huh? I bet you feel like you've got a better grasp on things now. For sure. I feel like my diver rank's gone up at least a bit, too. So, do you... Okay, this is the same dialogue. Okay, we talked about the hole. Are they telling me to do this again? Are they telling me to do the mini game again? I guess we can do it again. Oh. So that's what told you to get more clans, you have to get more scallops? Oh, maybe. Oh, we better get out. That was a big one. Noble scallop. Okay, I need more of those gold guys, I think. The noble scallop. There's one. Get me close enough. I think I gotta go. I got a few though. We'll just level it up evenly, I guess. Let's see here. Not that one. Oh. Oh. Oh no! I'm about to run out. No! I failed. Oh no. Dang, they don't make you, they don't just hand this over. That's for sure. No, bailing. I might fail this one too. Damn, that's tough. Do I have what I need? If I have what I need, I might just stop. I don't really know exactly what they're asking me to do. I'm just getting scallops. Come on, that should count, right? Yes. All right. Resume? Okay, that's all. That's interesting. I think this is the same, right? Okay. I think I'm good. I'm not sure if there's any. I don't know if there's any walkthroughs for this game available because it came out literally yesterday. I'm gonna try to look it up though, because I don't know what they're asking me to do. Okay, that's useless. Huh. Okay, I got that. I got the... Um... Hey, Ria, good to see you. I don't think it's... I mean, I hope it's not a glitch. Okay, so we're just telling him now? Okay, that's not what I wanted. I did find the hole in the minigame, and it started the opening credits, and then it just... And then it said dive failed. I don't think there's anything more to be gained from the hole. I can try to look, but there's literally like no walkthroughs for this game right now. Like it's completely... I don't even remember where the hole is. Yeah, I have no memory of where it is. I also can't pause to go back. Dude, just found me. Okay, just found me. I did nothing. Thank you. I'm just kind of trying things at this point. I don't, Okay, start from after Underwater Gathering. There's no check mark, so I may have not seen everything that there is to offer for that particular one. Go back and meet. I've already done that one, though. That one says check mark. You got it. Kamishima Port, here we come. Oh, this is new. Okay, we got a map. Let's just go to the port then. That probably leads into the... Yeah, okay, this is new. Hopefully this is what I'm looking for. The first game did this too. Like sometimes you need to find something from another route before you can continue with another. I just didn't know what else there was. Okay, here we go. This is different. Hey Yuza, I took your cash to the market while you were changing. Oh, thanks, I appreciate it. If you keep this up, you should be able to make a healthy profit, even with the price of gas. That's great, I'll have to keep at it then. There you are, Azami. Don't tell me you went out fishing today. Oh, Chie, how's your back doing? Not gonna get any better lounging around at home, that's for sure. More importantly, no one's meant to be taking their boats out right now because of the storm that's on the way. Don't tell me you didn't hear. Yeah, but it was more of a warning than a rule, and the weather looked fine, so I figured it was okay. You should know better than that, Azami. You young'uns never listen, do you? Veteran Ama diver, Chie Toyama. What's your deal? The de facto leader of the Ama divers on Kamishima, she is a highly influential figure on the island. She married into a family on Kamishima shortly after the end of the Second World War at the age of 20, and has been working as an Ama diver for close to 40 years, rarely missing the opening day of each diving season. She has displayed a natural talent for diving ever since her days as an apprentice, coming to be known as Chie the Mermaid for the deft ease in which she moves through the water. In her heyday, she earned more money than her husband, or enough to send all three of her sons to university, an achievement that she takes great pride in and also earned her considerable authority in her household. Now a grandmother to 7, a back injury has led her being less active than she used to be, but she is still considered one of the most experienced divers on the island. Her graceful swimming shows no signs of decline, continuing to inspire others even now. Her estimated diver rank is 6'7", 67. It's like the freaking funny number. Oh my god, it's the number. I'm sorry. What? I don't know what came over me. And going out with the Minakuchi boy of all people? Actually, Azami only took out his boat because I asked him to help out with my work. Wait a dang second. Don't tell me you went out to the dive. I did? I was thinking I could follow in Grant's footsteps and become an ama diver. Absolutely not, I won't allow it. What? Why? Yuza's a member of the association, same as everyone else. As long as he follows the rules, it should be fine, right? Sure, it's rare for guys to become ama divers, but it's not like it's forbidden or anything. That ain't what I'm talking about. I'm saying he shouldn't be allowed in the sea. It's obscene is what it is. Everyone agreed to put up with him being on the island for Suyu's sake. But now he gets it in his head to go diving of all things? Have you no sense, boy? Wait, why are you so mean? Seems like I'll have to have a few words with Suyu. You not knowing your place is gonna cause everyone trouble. Listen up, Minakuchi boy. You better keep your head down and stay put on dry land where you belong. No more diving, you hear? Hey now, you don't think that's going a bit far? There's no need to lay into Yuza like that. Azami? What? You really don't think anything of all this? After what his mother did? Nope, not at all. Yuza hasn't done anything wrong. He was a victim of the disaster too. Maybe more than anyone else. Recently, there's been this strange rumbling coming from the sea. The same rumbling as 5 years ago. Everyone's scared of what might be coming. They're bracing themselves for another big disaster. Oh, is that what you mean by the storm? The weather forecast said things are going to stay calm for a bit, though. To hell with the weather forecast. It didn't save us 5 years ago. Anyhow, you see why we gotta stay in the god of the seas' good graces. No doing anything to upset them. Got it? Don't let it get you down, Yuza. Chie isn't a bad person at heart, but the old folks here are all pretty firm in their beliefs, I guess. Yeah, it's only natural. I was kind of expecting it, to be honest. Still, I didn't think she'd get that mad. Guess they have a bigger chip on their shoulders about all this than I thought. Seems like they really think your mom was to blame for the disaster. Yeah, I guess wanting to get to the bottom of things there was one of my reasons for becoming an ama diver. Yeah, everyone's been avoiding the topic until now, but that can't go on forever. Hey, you two! Huh? Oh, it's Kikuko. Yeah, you two over there. Can I get some help with these boxes here? I need to get them to the warehouse. Local ama diver, Kikuko Susui. A woman born and raised on Kamishima, unmarried, she is known for her friendly, sociable nature and almost sisterly tendency to look after others, both of which make her a familiar face to many on the island. Ever since her school days, Kikuko harbored a strong desire to leave Kamishima and make a life for herself elsewhere. While most of her classmates began working as ama divers following graduation from middle school, she decided to enroll in a boarding school as a first step towards fulfilling this goal, going on to graduate from junior college in Aichi Prefecture, and then finding a job in general administration at a company in Ise City. However, because her assigned work consisted only of unfulfilling menial tasks like pouring tea and answering calls, she left after only 1 year. She changed jobs repeatedly over the following years, but found no further luck in subsequent workplaces. Eventually, recognizing that success as an ama diver is determined solely by the extent of one's physical prowess and ingenuity, she came to find the idea of such work appealing, and moved back to Kamishima 4 years ago. Despite her late start as an ama diver compared to her peers, she leveraged her high athletic ability, a talent which even saw her star in the national athletic meet during her school days. Her estimated diver rank is 41. She has had scant luck with men, having been introduced to several potential partners only to be turned down by all of them. Her parents, anxious for her future, worry that the large birthmark on her face is to blame. But Kikuko herself remains unfazed, citing her lack of interest in marriage as the primary cause, something which has caused them no end of concern. Although she endeavored to hide her birthmark with makeup while at school and during her time as an office worker, she has since embraced it, proudly proclaiming it to be her symbol. Phew, thanks. I knew I could rely on you youngins to help out. Youngins? You're a youngin too, Kikuko. Aw, how kind. Pretty sure they're the only ones who'd say that, though. I was told out of nowhere to make sure anything valuable was stowed away just in case the storm hits. What a pain. So you're getting ready for the storm too? Yep, pretty silly when the weather's this good, huh? It's not like I can say no, though. Speaking of pains, I overheard Chie giving you an earful just now. Are you seriously planning on becoming an Ama diver user? I don't know if they explain this. Let me see if I can look in the files for this. I want to know exactly what Ama diver means. Let me see if I can look this up. I don't think it's actually in here. Okay, so Ama, which literally means sea women, are Japanese divers famous for collecting pearls, though traditionally their main catch is seafood. So yeah, they literally just dive and catch, kind of like what you saw. That's basically it, I think. Interesting. The more you know. Well, that was the plan, but it's looking like I might be forced into retirement before I even begin. Why now? Didn't you come back here to look after Suyu? Yes, but I still have to work, and I've always been interested in Ava diving. Gran was also pretty down about no longer being able to dive, so I thought I might cheer her up a little bit. Ah, so you want to follow in Suyu's footsteps? Life's a beach, then you dive. Still, you must have noticed that everyone was on edge just at the thought of you coming back here. If they hear you went diving, there'll likely be a bit of an uproar. Are they really that set against Yuza going in the sea? I've never heard anyone say anything like that. Well, they don't say it where you can hear it. Everyone loves you here, and they know you're close with Yuza. They probably feel they can't be that tough on him with you around. What was that? Oh, never mind. Forget I said anything. I can't deny there's been this creepy rumbling coming from the sea recently, though. It's no wonder everyone's unnerved. If some sort of disaster does end up happening again, and Yuza gets caught doing something he wasn't meant to, that'll probably be it for him. Yeah, that's what I don't get. Do people seriously believe Yuza's mom caused that storm? Everyone suffered because of it, including Yuza's family. It's so stupid. Hey, I honestly think it's stupid too. But the truth is there are a bunch of people who believe it, so making a fuss about it isn't going to get you anywhere, right? Honestly, like, this sucks. Everyone's taking their trauma out on the people who are very highly affected by it. Besides, even if the storm doesn't come in the end, a different kind of storm may already be brewing. A different kind of storm. Well, you shouldn't have any trouble if you keep your head down. Just be good and do what you're told, and no one will get on your case, yeah? Give me a break. Why does he gotta keep his head down here? He was born and raised on Kamishima, just like everyone else. Hey, getting mad at me won't change anything. If it upsets you that much, why don't you leave? Leaving a place like this behind might be for the best, don't you think? Yikes! Whose side are you on? Maybe, but I can't just ask my gran to move somewhere else at her age. Then you'll just have to put up with it. If you want to blame anyone, blame your mom. Did his mom even do anything 5 years ago? No one wants to tell us anything. No idea. I only came back here after the disaster, so I don't know what happened at the time. Mr. Wakamura always seems like he knows more than he lets on, though. Now that I think about it, why don't you just ask Suyu what she knows? Suyu? I've already asked Gran about it countless times. She said she doesn't know anything. And you don't think that's a bit suspicious? If anyone knows something, it'd be her, right? You might be right. She is pretty hard to read. I wouldn't be able to tell if she was hiding something anyway. Anyway, I do feel bad for you, but you've got to just grin and bear it, for everyone's sake, eh? Thanks for the help, you two. Try to stay out of trouble, okay? Okay, weird. This sounds like the town wants to kill Yuza. They at least have been, like, completely socially isolating him. Which is crazy. And now he wants to get into this. Everyone's like giving him a hard time. Yeah, it sucks. Kikuko really seemed like she didn't know anything, huh? But folks are way more on edge than I thought. Yeah, I've gotten the sense I'm not exactly welcome here ever since I came back. But I didn't think trying to make a living here would lead to that much backlash. I didn't realize everyone disliked my mom quite that much, or that they were so suspicious of her. Seems like the timing wasn't great either. Everyone's wound up about these ill omens that are happening right now. Still, I'm sure now that my mom must have had some sort of secret, and I'm almost certain it had to do with what we're looking into. If everyone hears that I went diving today, it might prompt people to start talking about what happened 5 years ago. True, if there's any time to ask about your mom, it's now. I think we should see what old man Wakamura and Tsuyu have to say about all this too. Yeah, assuming Gran agrees to talk about it anyway. Alright. Whoosh. Cursed. It's time for Cursed. I think we should see what old man Wakamura and Tsuyu had to say about all this. Let's just go in order from top to bottom. We're at the Wakamura residence. Damn, this guy's fit goes crazy. You two again? What are you doing here? Ah, Chie's here too. We're chatting about something important right now. Scram. Guess we've got no choice but to come back later, huh? Alright, never mind. How about Minakuchi residence? Welcome back, Yuza. Oh, and Azami's here too. Thanks for having me. You two went out diving today, didn't you? How'd it go? You get a decent haul? Gran, about that, I was all set to enjoy the next stage of my life as an ama diver, but I found myself on forced leave the very day of my grand debut. Goodness, did something happen? Oh my, Chie and the others said all that? If I were you, I wouldn't pay them any mind. You're not breaking any rules, are you? You're sure it's okay? No point fretting over pointless details, is what I always say. Yeah. File. No, profiles, yeah. Former ama diver, she is relaxed and broad-minded nature. Now retired due to health issues, she was one of the best ama divers on Kamishima, especially in her younger days, during which she had a fierce rivalry with Chie Toyama, also known as Chie the Mermaid. Later years saw them reconcile, and they could often be seen talking and laughing together at the diver's hut while grilling their catches. She lost her husband in the war when her son, Tosuke Minakuchi, was 3 years old. Working as an ama diver. I must have underestimated just how deep tensions ran. I never imagined they'd still be that hostile towards her. I thought things would have calmed down by now for sure. I'm sorry, Yuza. It's okay, Gran. Not being allowed to dive isn't the end of the world or anything. But are you sure there isn't a reason no one wants to talk about Mom? Well, no reason I can think of. I'd like to get to the bottom of things there if possible. It's going to affect my life here if I don't. I'd like to clear Mom's name too. If you don't mind me saying, it does seem pretty weird that people would be this upset just by Yuza coming back to Kamishima. You sure there's not some particular reason they don't like the thought of him going diving? Well, no reason I can think of. The exact same answer as before. She's determined to pretend she doesn't know. Gran, I know you've always been reluctant to talk about Mom, but I'm not a child anymore. Isn't it about time you told me the truth? Press X to doubt. Yeah, true. You really can't think of any reason why everyone has such a problem with Mom? Well, alright, I'll be honest with you. Mare wasn't actually human. Huh? You mean we were right? Are you for real? Wait, don't tell me you believe that. Can't you boys take a joke? Oh, okay. Hang on. Bro. I was obviously kidding. Did all that seawater pickle your common sense? Wait, you were joking? Of course I was. I thought I'd mess around a bit and see if I can get a rise out of you, but you sure turned the tables on me. Are you serious right now? Literal rage bait. Turning a prank around me on that, like that. I have nothing more to teach you, young user. Oh, and here I fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. I think she was dead ass. Absolutely. It's no good. She's set on giving us the slip. We're not gonna get anything more out of her like this. Maybe she'd be more willing to talk if we had more information. Do you have any diving advice for me, Gran? Advice, eh? Let me see. If you're looking to get a higher score in a single dive, you should focus on gathering everything you can, even the small fry. Getting 10 or 15 will earn you a bonus to your final score. If you manage to nab a big catch, switching your focus to bringing in as many small catches as possible should net you a good result. I see, that'll be great help. Okay. Sorry I had to leave early to go diving, Gran. Was everything okay? How are you feeling? Well, I didn't have much pep in my step today, but it's fine because Sato came over this morning. She really is a saint, always helping me out with the cooking and cleaning like that. Again, Gran, I know you're fond of her, but you shouldn't rely on her too much. I didn't know Sato was coming over to help here. What's going on? What's going on? Hang on. What's going on? That's odd. She and Grant became friends recently, and before I knew it, she was coming over every so often. Sato's such a nice young lady. She even chats with me about all the latest TV drama developments. She's a bit naive in some ways, but she's a quick learner. Remembers everything I tell her almost instantly. Huh, I had no idea. I said she could relax here a while, but she left early today. I'm glad you're having fun, but make sure to thank her properly sometime, alright? Of course, of course. The dive went perfectly. You may know me only as your grandson Yuza, but in truth, I'm a living legend. Kameshima's patron saint of diving. Okay, Yuza is a bit of a silly guy. I'm starting to get a sense of... Well, now that does sound impressive. Though I think living legend is a bit much. I'd rate you as a legend in training at best. You could tell that with just a single glance. I know a greenhorn when I see one. Come back when you've spent a bit more time in the sea, eh? But I've been forbidden from diving for now, so it seems my life as an ama diver will have to wait. No need to fret. I'm sure that'll sort itself out in time. I don't know about that. Your grandma's the same as ever. Yeah, she's a brick wall. I don't think there's much we can get from her right now. We're going out for a bit, Gran. Got it. You two take care, okay? This isn't over. This isn't over. Let's go to Chuo Street. Huh? Seems like there's a bit of commotion over there. Oh, look, the return of purple shadows. We brought that back from the first game. Maybe they know something about the rumors? Want me to go ask? That'd be great, thanks. Hey, what's up? Did something happen? Oh, if it isn't Azami. I don't know if you've heard, but... 15 minutes later. Welcome back. Man, once they get started, they never stop talking. Anyway, nothing about your mom, I'm afraid, but they did have some interesting things to say. Interesting things? Do you want the normal news first or the worrying news? The worrying news. Okay then. There are reports that 2 ama divers have gone missing. Apparently both cases were around Ichika town on the mainland. Oh, were they diving accidents or something? I guess so. It seems it's still under investigation though. Oh, the sea hasn't been that rough lately. But I guess it is a dangerous job, so you never know what might happen. Still, 2 ama divers going missing one after another is pretty unusual, so it does make you wonder. It wasn't that long ago there was all that talk of human bones being found in the sea near Toba. You know? I remember that, yeah. Isn't that also near Ichika? Maybe this is why Chie was going on about bad omens. Yeah, it's definitely worrying news. The normal... Oh, I hit that. Okay, yeah. The normal news. So you've got a bunch of tourists visiting right now, as usual. But what's really got people talking is that there are 2 foreigners among them today. Oh, really? I hear the Issei Grand Shrine sees a lot of foreign visitors, but it's unusual for them to come to the outlying islands like this. What's more, it seems they've been going around asking a bunch of questions. And get this. Apparently they said they've come here looking for mermaids. Oh, it's happening. It's happening. We're going to find a freaking mermaid. Mermaids? Curious, right? Yeah, right when we were looking for them, too. That's not all. For some reason, they were asking about your mom, Mari Minakuchi, too. What? But why would foreign visitors be asking about my mom? Seems like people think they're pretty shady. I was told not to go near them and everything. No, I definitely want to hear what they have to say. I wonder where they are now. They're probably still in Kamishima at least. Though the question is where. Well, I guess if we see two Westerners around, we'll know who they are, eh? Apparently they're an older man and a young girl. Yeah, I'm sure we'll know when we see them. I hope we manage to find them. I guess foreigners don't come around here that often, huh? Okay, looks like that's all the info we're gonna get around here. Let's try going somewhere else. Town clock. That sure is a town clock. Well, if it isn't Shotaro. Hey there, you two. Just the man I wanted to see. This guy's hair is a lot. This guy's whole deal is a lot. You wouldn't happen to have seen Sato around, would you? Shotaro Wakamura. Oh, okay. Rich guy's son. The only son of Shinobu Wakamura, a local Kamishima magnate. Due to his father's influence, he was pampered by those around him from an early age, but he grew up to be a pleasant and sincere young man. He's currently attending a university in Tokyo and is back for summer break. Although his father wants him to inherit the influence and wealth he has spent much of his life building up, Shotaro himself has no intention of doing so. On the contrary, he is skeptical of the old-fashioned insular ways of island society and regards his father as the very embodiment of those outdated Moors? Is that a word? Viewing him with utter disgust for his overbearing vulgar tendencies and superstitious beliefs. Sato? No, haven't seen her today. Oops. Sorry, give me a moment. Dude, I totally screwed up my... Hang on. Okay. Oops. Alright. She was supposed to meet with her earlier, but she never showed. She didn't show? Did something happen? Oh, I'm sure it was because of my old man's ridiculous request earlier. Honestly, I don't know what he was thinking. Still, he really has been acting off lately. I can't believe he'd say something like that. Is something wrong? By the way, Yuza, I hear you've become an ABBA diver. Damn, work gets around fast in a town like this. Yes, but I was told to stop, so I'm currently on extended, if not permanent, leave. Haha, oh, don't let it get to you. I, for one, think you should go for it. I imagine everyone's been using your mother as an excuse, saying she brought bad luck to the island or some such. Wow, that's exactly it. Do you know why everyone keeps saying Yuza's mom was a bad omen, Shotaro? Ah, yes, what was it again? Something about her being the Raging Waves curse bearer. Curse bearers! Curse bearers are back! Curse bearers are back! The what? Raging Waves? The Raging Waves curse bearer. Raging Waves is, well, exactly what you think it means, and the curse bearer has the power to call forth that calamity of the sea. My old man was going on about it earlier, but it's probably just superstitious nonsense. Don't pay it any mind. But I really should get going. Let me know if you see Sato, okay? See you later. I'm pretty curious about what Shotaro said. Yeah, the Raging Waves curse bearer, huh? Did people really see my mom that way? Maybe we should ask Mr. Wakamura what he knows. I'm sure it's fine. It's just superstition. It's worth a shot at least. Anyway, let's keep moving. Okay, we got the jetty. Looks like Kikuko's back. Wanna try talking to her again? Yeah, let's give it a shot. What now? I've had my fill of shady rumors for the day, okay? If you want to talk, let's talk about something fun instead. Something fun. Got any ideas, Yuza? Well, how about this? This all sounds real fun. Foreign visitors. By the way, have you seen the 2 foreign tourists that were supposed to be visiting today? Wait a sec. Foreign tourists here? Today? No way. What did they look like? Did they have blonde hair? Were they cool? I'm not sure. We don't know that much about it. I guess that means you haven't seen them either, though. Yeah, I guess they didn't come this way. Hey now, you two had better not be thinking of following around a gop. You two don't want them to think we're all unsophisticated louts out here, do you? Weren't you just asking whether they were cool or not? Huh? I don't know what you're talking about. Okay. But if you see them, you'll come and tell me, right? Right? Okay, we will. Boxes. What about those boxes we have to with just now? Was that the delivery everyone was expecting? Yep, the latest Kamishima merch, hot off the presses. I thought so. What do we have this time? You want to know? I'll bet Azami's keen to find out. He's always wearing that t-shirt. Sure am. Gotta tell the world how much I love Kamishima. Tourists seem to love that shirt too. You wearing it all the time should make for great advertising. Anyway, the latest addition to our souvenir lineup is this. What is that? A hand mirror? Bingo, a specially made hand mirror with the Kamishimaru design on the back. So what do you think? It looks great. Where did you go with another hand mirror, though? Well, mirrors are a pretty prominent symbol of protection for sailors. Comes from the hope that the sea will be as smooth as glass, I guess. There are even regions where mirrors are used as offerings for the sea god. Oh, that's cool. With all these people living on the island and surrounded by the sea, I can see why mirrors are seen as symbols of good fortune here. And it's small enough to fit in your pocket, too. It's both cute and practical. Wow, you really thought of everything, huh? I've actually been handing these out to ama divers around the island since yesterday. I told them it was a charm and that they should hang on to it for good luck. Oh, so everyone has one? That's kind of nice. And one other way to bring us all together. You're an ama diver now too, right, Yuza? Why don't you take one? But I... Oh, right. I don't know if it's okay to count you as a diver, given what happened earlier. Nothing happened earlier. You guys just decided no. Like it really matters. We've got plenty, so you should take one too. Thanks. Sorry for the trouble. Mirror. The mirror. It's no big deal. I don't want you to feel left out or anything. I guess that means Azami's getting one too. Here you go. Wow, really? I'm always down for more Kamishimaru merch. Sure thing. Keep it safe and sound in your pocket, and maybe it'll keep you safe too. Kamishimaru. Oh yeah, there's something I've been wondering for a while. Yeah? Were you the one who came up with the idea for Kamishimaru, Kikuko? Nope, I can't take credit for that one. Oh right, I forgot you didn't know Yuza. Know what? At one point the local youth organization was trying to come up with souvenir ideas for tourists. Tsukasa stepped up and suggested creating a mascot character for Kamishima. She even drew the design for it. Mascot characters are all the rage nowadays, you know? There are even mascots for the World Expo and the Japan Games. Oh, I see, so Tsukasa drew this. I only heard about it after the fact too. I didn't know she was so good at drawing. And it's not just a cute little turtle. The unique look on its face makes a big impression. Yeah, the old guys here didn't seem too sure about it at first though. Little guys are eternal. But thanks to Azami's fervent endorsement, it ended up making the cut. I just didn't want Tsukasa's design to go to waste, you know? She put a lot of effort into it. Haha, I think it's a great mascot too for what it's worth. How interesting, I'm glad I asked. Missing Ama divers. Have you heard about the 2 Ama divers from the mainland who went missing? Of course I have. They evidently disappeared one right after the other. I guess it's a reminder of just how dangerous the sea can be. Hearing news like this is always pretty sobering. Do you think they were just accidents? Well, some of the other divers think it's a sign that something bad's gonna happen. But you should probably keep quiet about this, Yuza. If you start bringing it up, people will get suspicious. That's probably true, yeah. Personally, though, I think they were probably just unfortunate accidents. That's probably about it that I'm interested in. Was that all? I'll be getting back to work then. Okay, let's go to the Tori. Oh, hey. Huh? Tsukasa, Sato, what's going on? Well, I'm sorry, I can't explain right now. Tsukasa, come on, we're drawing too much attention here. Hey, what was that all about? Something was definitely up with them. Yeah, they practically ran off when they saw us. Tsukasa was crying. What the hell could have happened? I'm worried too, but Sato said she can't explain right now. I'm sure that means they'll tell us what's up later. True, we shouldn't grill them if they're not ready to talk about it. Still, I get the feeling we probably shouldn't tell Shotaro we saw Sato here. Yeah, let's keep this to ourselves until we learn a bit more. Okay, maybe we can go back here. Ah, old man Wakamura, you mind if we ask you something real quick? It's just one thing after another today. What now? Azami and the Minakuchi boy? I heard from Chie you two went out into the bay to do some diving earlier. Well, I've got a bone to pick with you, and there's no time like the present. Okay. So, boy, you serious about wanting to become an Ama diver? Huh? I thought at first you'd come up here to get my permission to dive. But now I hear you've been running around looking into Mare Minakuchi. What's the meaning of this? She's my mom, bro. We have been asking around. I guess there was no hiding it from you. Yuza, are you sure this is okay? It's probably best to be honest about things now, Azami. It's just like you said. We've been trying to find out more about my mom. Huh, I knew it. Anyway, my point is, no more sticking your nose where it don't belong, got it? And most of all, no becoming an Ama diver. Ugh. Local magnet. Rich guy. So, if I give up on becoming an Ama diver and fall in line, will you tell me about my mom? All this sniffing around you're doing sure ain't falling in line, that's for sure. Besides, you should be asking Suyu about all this business, not me. She's gotta know more than I do. Oh? So Suyu really does know more than she's letting on. Gran said she doesn't know anything about my mom, though. Huh, so she even said that to you. What do you mean? Well, I don't know that much myself. Suyu's always been tight-lipped about Mare Minakuchi. Where she came from, what her deal was. So you've been saying Yuza's mom was to blame for that massive storm even though you don't know for sure? Huh. Suyu ain't said nothing to deny it. Speaks for itself, don't it? That's crazy, dude. That's insane. If you don't like what you hear, and you should go ask Suyu about it yourselves. Mr. Wakamura, what is the Raging Waves Curse Bearer? Where did you hear about that? Ah, it's gotta be Shotaro. Boy never could keep his mouth shut. We heard of some sort of curse that whips the waves into a frenzy. Does something like that really exist? It does. The Southern Sea disaster 5 years ago was caused by that very same curse. The curse of the raging waves? And your mother, Mari Minakuchi, was the one who brought it down on us. The storm was no natural disaster. It was entirely preventable. If we'd only stopped her from going to the bay that day, Kamishima wouldn't have had to suffer such a tragedy. What? My mom would have never done something like that. Just because you don't remember, don't mean she wasn't up to something out there. As to whether it was intentional or not, who can say, but it don't make a difference either way. I don't get how you can say Miss Mari was a curse bearer or whatever if you didn't know anything about her. Do you have any proof? Proof? I've got the words of a trustworthy sorcerer backing me up. That's all the proof I need. Okay, buddy. Okay, buddy. Source, trust me, bro. A sorcerer? You're basing all this on what some woo-woo wizard said? Give me a break. You can believe what you like. Don't change the fact that curses and spirits are as real as anything else. Bah, I don't have time to butt heads with you two, but I know what I'm saying is the honest truth. Looks like there's no point trying to change his mind. Old man is stubborn as a mule. So you really think there's a storm coming, and that the storm is caused by a curse? Woo-woo wizard. Of course I do. Some fellows who said they were with the police dropped by to warn me about it yesterday, in fact. The police? Why would the police be warning you about a curse? I reckon they were just phonies trying to take advantage of the curse for their own benefit. But even you two must have noticed that rumbling coming from the sea over the last few days, right? That's proof the curse of the raging waves is getting stronger. So that's why you've been telling everyone to stop taking their boats out and prepare for a storm. Sure is. Naturally, I can't just come out and say it's because of a curse. There's no telling when or where it'll rear its head. It's too dangerous to go on the waters in these circumstances. Even so, we'll have to take our boats out again eventually. We can't keep off the sea forever. You're damn tootin', which is why I gotta find a way to stop the curse as soon as possible. Why would a curse be affecting the sea around here, though? Seems like you two still don't believe me. Fine, let's see if this'll change your minds. A long time back, there used to be another island to the south of here. Taishima, it was called. Taishima? This is the first I've heard of it. They say it was devastated by an earthquake and tsunami nearly 400 years ago. But the truth of the matter is that raiders overran the island and slaughtered every last one of the people who lived there. The murdered islanders' resentments gave rise to the curse of the raging waves, and the resulting storm and tsunami sank the island to the bottom of the sea, raiders and all. Is that true? The curse is still rolling about in the seas near here to this very day. Just one little push and that storm could come barreling down on Kamishima next. A push? Something that would awaken the islanders' anger again, such as someone with ties to those raiders, say a descendant of theirs, drawn near to where Taishima was. A descendant? Wait, you're saying my mom was a descendant of the raiders who attacked Taishima? Sure am, and as her son, you share her blood. But how could that... Only natural everyone would see you as a bad omen, no? No, it's not. I really didn't want you back on the island, you know. You should be grateful I didn't have you shipped back to the mainland on the next ferry. You're telling me that's how everyone's seen Yuza and his folks all this time? It's fine, Azami. Let's hear what the rest of what he has to say. Bro. Are you saying the reason the curse of the raging waves reawakened is because I came back to Kamishima? Nah, there were signs even before you came back, so the direct cause was probably something else. That still don't change the fact that you're a bad omen, though. How are you even planning to stop the curse? That ain't none of your concern. You just sit tight at home and stay out of my way. I don't want to hear any more about you going out to sea. Are we clear? And that's all I'm going to say on the matter. Should be clear now just how much of a danger you are to the island. Now get yourselves home and stay put. Seems like that's all we're going to get out of him. But maybe we could ask Suyu about what we just heard. She might be able to tell us more. Bro, that's crazy. This is crazy work. I'm suspicious of this Rager's claim. For sure. Oh, was there something else you needed, Yuza? Mom's curse. By the way, Gran, we just went to talk to Mr. Wakamura, and there's something we wanted to ask you about. What was that? My hearing's been a bit off recently, you see. Please don't say that. A lot of Alma divers have ear problems, so it's not really a laughing matter. Someone has no sense of humor. So, did you know that everyone thought Mom was the Raging Waves curse bearer? Wow, I'm impressed you managed to say that without stuttering. So you have heard of it before. Oh, drat me and my big mouth. He said Mom was descended from the ones who first called forth the curse, or something like that. That's why everyone is so concerned with what I get up to. Is it true, though? Well, if you know that much, I suppose I can tell you too the truth. Hey, alright. If I just rest up a bit, I'll be up and around again in no time. Oh god, she's avoiding. She's avoiding. She's dodging. I want the two of you to come to the southern bay later, once the sun's gone down. Right, thanks, Gran. You can't tell us about it now? I think it'd be easier to show you what I mean. Okay, we'll be at the bay at sundown, but if you're not feeling up to it, don't push yourself, okay? Interesting. We're going out again for a bit, Gran. Got it. You take care, okay? Ooh, I like how you can scroll on this. Let's see. Probably nothing here, right? No one's here. Do I have to say more here? No need to rush now. I'll tell you everything later. You want to prepare yourself for this one. Okay. I'm always happy to help, you know. There's no need to depend on others so much. I know, but if someone has to help me get things done, I'd rather it was a lovely young girl, you know? And besides, she does a much better job at cooking and cleaning than you do, Yuza. See, I do my best to be a good grandson, and this is the thanks I get. Whatever the case, I'm happy you've chosen to follow in my footsteps, Yuza. Good thing I thought to keep Mari's outfit, eh? Yeah, but I don't know how I feel about being able to fit in my mom's clothes at this age. You never did get any taller after middle school, did you? Damn, has my constant diet of fresh seafood meant nothing? It's nothing you need to worry about, Yuza. It doesn't make you any less charming. You wouldn't happen to have any other diving tips? Well now, bold as brass, aren't we? But I'm glad you're keen to learn. Let me see. Sometimes you come across areas when diving that are simply brimming with sea creatures. I call them bountiful zones. Bountiful zones, huh? I'd love to see one. Areas with lots of starfish are usually picked clean. Those are barren zones. Okay. I guess that's it. Anything over here? Curses. Curse of the Raging Waves? Nope, never heard of it. What is it? Well, we went to talk to Mr. Wakamura just now. Wait, so you mean the disaster 5 years ago was caused by some curse? And that same curse is going to cause the same thing to happen again? So it seems. The hell's he on about? Trying to pass things off as some occult tripe? Don't tell me you two believe that rubbish. Well, it did seem pretty believable, bro. Oh, please, he's obviously feeding you a load of nonsense. I don't know if you two are aware, but there are rumors the old man's been really into this shady sorcerer recently. A sorcerer? Yeah, some sort of miracle worker over in Tokyo or something. Apparently he'll do anything they say. That's probably why he's going on about curses and stuff. Shotaro did say he's been behaving oddly recently. Even Shotaro thinks so. Then that's gotta be it. So it's just a hoax? You shouldn't pay any mind to hogwash. Besides, doesn't it bother you that he's trying to pin the disaster on some sort of crazy curse? Okay, that's all there is there. I'm just trying to get through the dialogue here. The North Sea, did anyone go with you? No, I went by myself. Why do you ask? No particular reason, just taking notes. I see, you're really serious about becoming an Ama diver, huh? It'd be a real shame if you couldn't become one with that enthusiasm. I'd like to help, but the timing's really not the best right now. It's okay, any information you can give me is help enough. Let's see. Town clock? We can go back here and look. Maybe we'll run into somebody new. Nobody's here. Nobody's here. Oh no. Nothing here. Do I just have to exhaust all that dialogue then? Boxes, boxes. Kamashimaru, yeah. How much practice did you manage to get in today? Enough to not be a complete beginner anymore, I think. Right on, you definitely have potential, that much is sure. Wow, it's pretty impressive that you can tell all that just by looking at him. Hey, I thought of a way I can show my support. If you manage to get a high score of 2,000 points in one diving session, I'll give you a special prize. Whoa, isn't that great? What was your highest score? Let's see. I think it was 167 points. Oof, I'm afraid you weren't quite up to snuff. Too bad. I've brought shame to my name as the patron saint of diving. Oh no. Okay. Gathering. The basics. Sometimes you feel you can get caught in rocks while you're swimming, so you should also always stay aware. Yeah. Oh, he's born for this. He's made for this. Okay, that's all the dialogue there. Nothing to talk about here. Nothing here. That was it, yeah. Am I supposed to back out of this? I don't really want to. Oh, I should have been reading that. Ah, Chie, you two again? Still wandering around poking your nose into business you shouldn't be? How's about you stop messing around and just give up already? Nothing you do is gonna make me change my mind. I'm saying this for your sake as much as anyone else's, Minakuchi boy. Try to understand my position, eh? For my sake? You managed to survive that disaster 5 years ago. Some would call it a miracle even. It wouldn't do to see that miracle go to waste, would it? Maybe I flew off the handle a bit earlier. Ended up coming off a bit stronger than I meant to. I can't tell you anything about your mother, but believe me when I say it's best you let sleeping dogs lie. Is this about how Yuzu's mom caused that curse? The curse of the raging waves or whatever? So you already know. Heard it all from Shinobu, I'll wager. Do you believe in the curse? Of course I do. At the very least, I know it's not some old wives' tale. I'm not saying you have to believe it too, though. Don't get me wrong, I don't want to talk bad about the woman or anything, but there was obviously something up with Mari Minakuchi 5 years back. She always seemed anxious and on edge, and then the disaster struck. Might be I'm just reading too much into it, but I can't shake these doubts of mine either. Underwater gathering tips. I said it before and I'll say it again. No diving. My stance there hasn't changed a bit. You hear me? Damn, guess that's that. By the by, where'd you go diving today? Well. Uh-oh. Yuzo wanted a particular spot, so we went about 5 kilometers south of the island. Say what? What were you thinking diving in the Southern Sea of all places? You got even less sense than I thought. You know full well that everyone avoids that area because of the disaster 5 years ago. Yeah, I know. But Azami and I both lost family in the disaster too. We wanted to take the chance to pay our respects. Well, I can't say I don't get how you feel. But that strange rumbling I told you about is coming from the south. Just do me a favor and stay away from the sea, alright? Alright. Ain't gonna get nothing from me there. Oh, I almost forgot to ask. Have the 2 foreign tourists come by here at all? Sure did, saw them just now, actually. What? Do you know where they went? Looked like they were headed to the lighthouse, from what I can tell. The lighthouse, huh? Gotcha. Oh, the lighthouse. Don't go following them around just because we don't see many foreign folks around these parts, you hear? Missing Ama divers. Che, we heard that 2 Ama divers from the mainland went missing in some sort of accident. You heard right. Do you think that's a bad omen as well? I do. I'm well aware just how dangerous the sea can be, but 2 divers getting caught up in accidents and going missing one after the other. That tells me there's something off with the sea itself. Huh. We all done here? You 2 should leave dealing with island matters to Shinobu from now on. Keep your heads down and stay out of trouble, you hear? Yeah. Well, that was something. She isn't a bad person at heart, but she sure is stubborn. Yeah. Lighthouse, we have a new location to explore. Yay. Oh, hello. The town is very preoccupied with following the tourists and with them going out to sea. I'm convinced it's going to be like some huge scandal the whole town is in on. That's their fault largely. Yeah, it does seem like everyone's way too cagey. Looks like we found them. That looks like them, all right. Excuse me. You rang? Do my eyes deceive me? Could these young islanders have come all the way here to talk to us? Welcome, welcome to Kamishima Lighthouse. There's not much here, but please make yourselves at home. Thanks for having us? Why is he the one welcoming us? It's because most people here have been avoiding him. He's excited someone finally wants to talk. Oh. Anyway, we were wondering if you could spare a moment to talk? Wait, before you do, shall we play a game? I want to guess why you've come to talk to us. May I? Sure. It's probably safe to assume you know we've been making the rounds here asking questions. Indeed, it was most likely hearing such news that incited you to climb all the way up here to meet us, which means... I've got it. We've almost certainly done something to offend the good people of this island, committed some manner of ill-mannered faux pas. Honestly, I wouldn't worry about it too much. These people seem to be a little uptight to begin with. You must have come to tell us that the lighthouse is off limits to everyone except authorized personnel. Actually, no. This face. Ah, the bitter taste of failure. And thus does my stint as an aspiring detective end in ignominy. I'd say that whole show was kind of a social faux pas, at least. Don't worry, he's always like this. He'll bounce back in no time. I see, he must be pretty resilient. Since you didn't guess right, do you mind if I continue? Oh, asking my permission, are we? Well then, by all means, permission granted. Thank you. Ah yes, my name is Arnav Barnum. You can call me Avi as a sign of our newfound friendship, and because I like it better. Tourist! Okay then, Avi. Ah, such a pleasing ring to it. And what can I do for you, young man? Would this girl be your daughter? Not quite. Miss Circe Lunarlight here is a distant relative of mine. Yes, Miss Circe Lunarlight would be me. Nice to meet you. What a name. I'm Yuza Minakuchi, a resident of Kamishima. And this is Azami Kumoi. Nice to meet you. Yuza and Azami, huh? The pleasure is mine. Wait, Minakuchi? About them. Oh, so we piqued your interest, have we? I'm a fantasy writer by trade, with a reach spanning the Atlantic, from bonny England to vast America. Not that any of his books sell at all. Oof! Don't expose him like this. That's right, for some reason no one buys my novels. Quite the mystery, no? Alas, a fantasy writer has no need for mysteries. What's that? I earn more as an occult writer, so that might as well be my main job now? Humbug, I say. Stick a sock in it and mind your own beeswax. I see. I see. In any case, I'm just your average free spirit. Footloose, fancy-free, and all that. What's that? You're wondering if my bohemian nature is the reason I remain unattached and unwed? Humbug, I say. Stick a sock in it and mind your own beeswax. You seem to be enjoying yourself. I am indeed. Why not give it a try yourself? 1, 2, 3. Humbug, I say. I'm actually good, thanks. Impressive as it is, I can see doing this pose 3 times might have been a bit much, yes? This guy sure is hard to keep up with. At any rate, I recently found myself with a pressing need to visit your fair country for research. Fortunately, young Circe here just happened to be studying in Japan and kindly agreed to accompany me as my guide. Am I saying that right, Circe? I mean, the subtitles seem to think so, so I guess so. Your guide? Indeed, she's quite the enthusiast when it comes to Japanese folklore and occult phenomena, and such a pleasure to converse with as well. Ise-shima is a deeply spiritual region, full of sacred places I'd always wanted to visit. We traveled around the mainland before coming here, but this place stands above and beyond. My nose almost started bleeding from the exhilaration. Okay, we have a recollection thingamabob. Okay. In fact, I think it did a bit. You must have been really excited, huh? Is this really that special compared to other places? Of course, it wasn't called the land whither repair the waves from the eternal world for nothing, you know. The land whither what? What's this? You've never heard it called that? It's said that Yamato Hime no Mikoto, the empress of ancient Japan, was searching for a suitable place to enshrine Amaterasu 2,000 years ago. She received a divine revelation that the waves around Ise province came from the eternal world, which led her to establish the Ise Grand Shrine. This eternal world is a separate realm from the world in which we live. Some describe it as a perpetual paradise. Whoa, you're gonna have to slow down there a bit. So, what does that mean exactly? We learned about it in our local history classes, remember? Oh, yeah, I think I remember, sorta. Basically, Ise is such a sacred place, even the ancient gods took a liking to it, right? Exactly, it has such an enchanting vibe. Just being here is enough to have my nose gushing all day long. Haha, but if the residents wouldn't be feeling too hot if our nose kept bleeding all the time. One thing's for sure though, you seem to really like Ise-shima. As a local, I'm super happy to hear that. Okay, so we got Arnav. He's a fantasy author and occult journalist whose books are published in both America and England, but they apparently don't sell well. Unmarried, he has apparently come to Japan in search of mermaids. A young girl from England, currently on exchange in Japan. She seems to harbor an ardent interest in Japanese folklore and occult stories. Alright. Will you be staying on Kamishima tonight? If you need somewhere to stay, I know a few places. We've actually already booked a guest house back on the mainland. We'll be taking the last ferry back after this. Oh, I guess you don't have much time left then, huh? Oh. Reason for visiting. So what brings you to Kamishima today? I'm glad you asked, young Yuza. We were hoping to pick your brains on the topic as well. There wouldn't happen to be any legends concerning mermaids passed down on this island, would there? God, he's staring deep into my soul right now. So you really are looking for mermaids? Oh, indeed we are. You know what mermaids are, yes? I refer, of course, to the mythical half-human, half-fish creature. Sure, we know that much at least. Then I may be able to provide a modicum of additional information on the subject. Additional information? Well, you may be aware that the typical Western mermaid is envisioned as having the lower half of a fish and the top half of a human woman. It's thought that this interpretation has its origins in another sea monster, the sirens of Greek mythology. Their claim to fame is surfacing near reefs and bewitching sailors with their beautiful voices. Andersen's fairy tale, The Little Mermaid, is a famous example of this type of mermaid. Indeed, it caused this image to enter common knowledge. Yeah, that's what comes to mind when I think of mermaids too. A typical mermaid, right? But the mermaid that appears in ancient Japanese folklore is quite different. This mermaid has only the head of a human, with the rest of its body being a fish. It appears it was seen more as an evil spirit or a yokai in nature. The legend that eating its flesh will grant immortality also implies that it was seen as more fish than human. Sure, that makes sense. People would definitely think twice about eating something that looked human, huh? This isn't to say there's a difference in Eastern and Western interpretations of mermaids, mind you. One could rather assume that there are several different types of creature that can be encompassed by the term mermaid. After all, there were also reports of more humanoid or demi-human mermaids being sighted in Japan in later years. Different types of mermaids, huh? Personally, I think lumping the two under the same appellation is a mistake. After all, they're two different creatures that just happen to share the same trait of being half fish, half human. It leads to misunderstandings when conflicting stories get passed down, and then the whole concept gets treated as a cult malarkey. I think I see what you mean. Listening to you talk about them, it sounds like you believe mermaids really exist, Avi. But of course I do. After all, I didn't come to research mermaids. I came to look for mermaids. Bum bum bum. This is all very compelling. Isn't it? I think this is the first time someone's agreed with me on the matter. Mermaids. And that brings me to my next question. You wouldn't happen to have any local info on mermaids, would you? Unfortunately, I've never heard of any folklore about mermaids here. I see. That would align with the answers we received to our other inquiries thus far. And it would seem our investigation has branded us as certified weirdos. Most everyone now turns us a blind eye as well as a deaf ear. Okay, yeah, these people, yeah. I'm just lying, yeah. You don't quite know if these guys are allies just yet. They seem nice, but, you know. Sometimes it's good to keep some cards close to your chest. Well, it's probably not just because of that. I mean, isn't there supposed to be a huge occult craze going on in Japan right now? I assumed everyone would be jumping at the chance to discuss cryptids. Pretty sure that's just a small group of enthusiasts getting worked up. A very vocal minority, yeah? If you're that interested in the occult, what brought you all the way to Kamishima? Do you have a reason to believe mermaids could be found here? An excellent question, I do indeed. More precisely, I have reason to believe they could be found around Taishima, an island that no longer exists. Taishima? Indeed, I obtained this information through personal research, so I imagine it's not common knowledge. But some say there were 3 mermaids, Sobai, Nagame, and Hayase, living in the seas around Taishima 400 or so years ago. 3 of them? And you even know their names? We didn't even know Taishima existed until today. It seems a deliberate decision was made not to leave any records of Taishima's existence, which would obviously lead one to believe something is being concealed. On that note, did you know that records remain of several other sightings of mermaids in Ise Bay? What, really? That's right. Legends about mermaids exist through Japan, and this region is no exception. In particular, there are reports of mermaids having been discovered in Sioux City and Ise City, both of which border Ise Bay. Whoa, I had no idea. I've jotted down some notes on these legends, so please take a look if you're interested. Oh, that's a lot. Okay, that's the lighthouse. That's our little guy. Ise Bay Mermaid legend. Yeah, so there were three mermaids living around there about 400 years ago. Occult craze, yeah. Nessie, Tsuchinoko, or Hibagon. Spoon bending physics, photography, spirit photography, UFOs, yeah, that sort of thing. Okay. Thanks, this is all very interesting. Mermaids. So which type of mermaid are you looking for, Avi? Well, it seems a lot of the mermaid sightings around Ise Bay were fish mermaids. Fish mermaids. But the mermaids sighted around Taishima were apparently the human mermaid sort. So it stands to reason that any mermaids around here would be human mermaids as well. By human mermaids, you mean the sort that are closer to humans than fish, right? Indeed, the ones closer to fish, meanwhile, are known as fish mermaids. Or that's what I call them, anyway. I see. I don't know whether that makes it easier to understand or more complicated. In that case, mermaids whose flesh would make you immortal if you eat it would have to be fish mermaids then, right? Another fine question. It is indeed difficult to imagine people eating the flesh of human mermaids. But I personally believe that human mermaids also have the power to bestow immortality on people. Oh, I wonder. How about another refresher on myth and legend? Are either of you familiar with a place called Ryugu? Ryugu? Is it related to the Ryugu Palace that appears in the tale of Urashima Taro? Just so. It could well be considered the inspiration for the undersea palace in that familiar fairy tale. Whoa, I was right? Wait, okay. I want to look into that one. Tale of Urashima Taro. Long ago, a youth by the name of Urashima Taro lived in a village by the sea. One day, upon rescuing a sea turtle that was being bullied on the beach, Taro was amazed when the turtle thanked him by inviting him to Ryugu Palace, the legendary undersea palace of the Dragon King, as a token of gratitude for his kindness. Ryugu Palace was a wondrous place, with a beauty unlike anything found on the surface world. The princess of Ryugu Palace, Otohime, received him with great hospitality. Taro spent his days treated to elegant dances performed by sea breams and flounders, and satisfied by extravagant feasts, spending his days as if in a dream. After spending some time enjoying this luxurious lifestyle, Taro began to miss his village. He asked Otohime for permission to return home, and although sad to see him go, the princess granted his request. As a parting gift, she handed him a mysterious box, a tamete bako, but warned him never to open it. Thinking this strange, but agreeing to Otohime's request nonetheless, Taro accepted the tamete bako and set out back towards his village on Turtleback. Upon reaching the village, Taro realized everything was different. The house he had lived in was gone, and there was no sign of his parents or anyone he had known. What he had believed to be just a short sojourn in Ryugu Palace had in fact been several hundred years on the surface, and the village and people he had once known were no more. Overcome with despair, Taro turned to the tamete bako he had been gifted in a final grasp at hope. As he opened the box, a thick white smoke engulfed him, and in that instant, the hundreds of years that had passed caught up with him, turning him into an old man. Bro, that's raw. The Ryu, dragon, surely refers to the god of the sea. It's not uncommon for deities associated with water to be serpentine in nature. This would then make Ryugu the palace where the god of the sea resides, the palace of the Dragon King. Huh, I had no idea Ryugu Palace was based on something else. Ryugu is known for being home to the priestesses who attend the god of the sea. These women are collectively referred to as Otohime. Oh yeah, Princess Otohime appeared in the tale of Urashima Taro, didn't she? Yeah, but she was described as the ruler of Ryugu Palace in the fairy tale, so she was actually a priestess? A slight embellishment to make for a more interesting story, I assume. Hardly uncommon. There's also another interesting theory about the Otohime of Ryugu. It said that they were half fish, half human women in appearance. In other words, they were mermaids. Oh, but what's that I hear you say? That's all well and good, but where is this Ryugu place anyway? You want to know? You're dying to know, aren't you? Very well then, take it away, Cersei. Ah, right. As a matter of fact, Ryugu is said to be the exact same place as the eternal world I mentioned earlier. Whoa, really? In other words, the sea around Issei, which is said to consist of waves from the eternal world, is in fact the location of Ryugu. And Ryugu is home to the Otohime mermaids, right? That's right. What's more, as priestesses who live in a land said to be an eternal paradise, it wouldn't be that odd if they had some sort of power to grant immortality to humans. Even in the tale of Urashima Taro, Princess Otohime displayed an ability to influence the physical age of other people using the Tamete Bako. Ah, if the story has its basis in the ability of mermaids to influence human lifespans, that power of hers makes a lot more sense, don't you think? I see. So that's why you think human mermaids are able to grant immortality even without eating their flesh. Oh, you see? Intriguing, is it not? But how would you even get to Ryugu? Aha! What creature was responsible for bringing Urashima Taro to Ryugu in the eponymous tale? That's right, a turtle, or Kame. And what is the name of the island we're currently standing upon? Oh, Kameshima! Let's go. Yes, he's very silly. I love him. And there you have the reason for our visit. So you believe there might be some clue as to how to get to Ryugu hidden on Kameshima? Could Kameshima really have some sort of link to Ryugu? Wow. By the way, Yuza. Yes? You said your name was Yuza Minakuchi, correct? Yes, that's right. Are you familiar with an individual by the name of Mare Minakuchi? Huh? Mare Minakuchi was my mom. She passed away in an accident 5 years ago. I apologize for the indiscretion. My condolences. 5 years ago. You wouldn't happen to have inherited anything from your mother, would you? No, but what do you mean? Why do you know about my mom? Imagine if he was like, no, yeah. Just straight up gatekeeping. Could she have had some sort of connection to mermaids? Well, this is more related to my personal research, so I can't say for sure. Please tell me, I'm also looking for mermaids. If you know anything, I have to know. Well, now, you've certainly grown lively all of a sudden. Let's calm down a bit, Regrettably, the only lead I have is a rumor that suggests some connection between mermaids and Mare Minakuchi. A rumor? From where? Oh, you want to know? Well, I suppose you would, wouldn't you? Very well, I'll tell you. I heard it from a descendant of the islanders who used to call Taishima home. What? So someone survived the disaster that sunk Taishima, and their descendants are still around today? Long story short, yes. Isn't it fascinating? This particular individual was also the one who told me about the 3 mermaids who were said to have lived on Taishima. I see. By the by, if you're also seeking mermaids, you must have some information of your own, yes? Surely this one-sided exchange of knowledge wounds your good conscience. Allow me to remedy that by accepting any information you have. Yuza. Yeah, this is our best lead yet. Let's share what information we can. You see... Oh, so you were saved by a mermaid during the disaster 5 years ago. And you believe the mermaid in question might have been your mother. Yeah, I know it sounds pretty far-fetched. And I know some of it probably comes from me wanting her to still be alive. Oh no, on the contrary, I find it very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Why, you ask? Why? There's a rumor about one of the 3 mermaids who used to live around Taishima. They say she took on human form several decades ago and has lived among humans ever since. What? No way! That would fit perfectly with our theory. Ha ha ha, color me surprised as well. This is my surprised face, by the way. But it would be very interesting if that was the case. Sorry, Abby. I think I'm at my limit. Oh my, that bad, is it? Is something wrong? My apologies. As much as I wish we could talk more, it would appear we're out of time. I'm afraid we must bid you goodbye for today. Now that you mention it, if you're looking to make the last ferry, you'll probably want to be heading back soon. Wait, this is the most promising lead we found. If you could stay just a bit longer. Believe me, I'd love to continue our chat too. But the little lady's been feeling a bit under the weather ever since arriving here, you see. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. You're not going to get another nosebleed. If you're feeling that bad, maybe you should stay for the night after all. Thank you. I'm just about holding the nosebleed in. But I really should get off the island as soon as possible. Ever since arriving here, I've had this feeling that some terrible calamity is approaching. A calamity? You can't mean... I forgot to mention, young Circe here is a bit sensitive to things in that sphere, if you catch my drift. Oh, okay, but... As reluctant as I am to part ways, we really must go. Many thanks for the information you shared, and never fear, we'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow. Yuza. I'm sorry, excuse me. Damn, that's crazy. Avi. Yurang? If you happen to find any more leads on mermaids today, could you let me know as soon as possible, please? Oh, I didn't expect you to be all that interested. Very well, if I hear anything else, I'll be sure to let you know. If you could give me your contact information, perhaps? Thank you. Man, that sure was a stroke of good luck. I never thought they'd have so much info. We managed to learn a lot, but it seems like getting any more from them today will be a bit tough. I really need that information by tomorrow, though. Huh? Alright. Back here. You know, I think that might be all for tonight. I know I don't say this, but I'll just go ahead and end it there. My voice is getting a little scratchy, so maybe I should rest it for now. But hey, cool game. I'm very disappointed by some of the soft locks in the beginning, but it seems to have sorted itself out. I haven't had any in like over 2 hours, so hopefully we're good now. Hopefully they can fix those issues. I did also hear about some issues, so it's not just me, thankfully. That really sucks, but hopefully they'll fix it. This game might have needed a little bit more time in the pipes before they shipped it, but what can you do? What can you do, indeed? So yeah, I'll be playing Danganronpa on Sunday once again. The usual. We're doing a double feature on VNs this week, it seems. Kind of worked out that way, didn't it? Anyway, fun time. Hope you enjoyed. And I will see you on Sunday. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate you all very much. Thank you. Have a great rest of your night. Bye.